Dominic, you are the biggest Jet homer I know.
At least you know the facts of reality, you're going to do better.
Oh, my goodness.
Of course I'm not being like, oh, yeah, we're going to make the playoffs. Nah, not going to happen.
Let me ask you a question, guys.
Yeah.
Over-under on Jet wins this season. What do you guys think?
I say they win 5 games.
5 games?
I like 5. I like 5 games.
Holy moly, I'm taking the under.
I'm going to say 4.
I'm taking the under.
Oh, wow, 1 under.
Dominic, what do you think? Do they finish with double-digit losses in your eyes?
16-0.
16-0. If the Jets go 16-0, I will donate my right arm to charity.
Definitely double-digit losses, definitely. But how many?
Are they going to finish with 4 or 5? I'll tell you, I am going 2-14. I really do. They're the worst roster in football. There's no question about that. I have a hard time finding 2 wins on this team with the way their roster is currently constructed. Who's the number 1 receiver now? Darius Stewart?
No, it's going to be
Robbie Anderson? That's not much better. That's not much better.
I like Robbie
Jets
Anderson.
Team,
as a number 1 receiver?
No, but
oh my
just as a
goodness.
receiver in general.
As a receiver in general, yeah, as a receiver in general, he's all right. But this team is just, oh man.
He's also the number
might
one.
Pick up a late free agency.
Why? Why at this point?
No, there's no reason. There's no reason. You might as well give them the chance.
He's also the number 1 receiver by default now.
Yeah. Well, Jordan Matthews got traded. I want him on the Jets.
You guys need
really
a replacement for Brandon Marshall. That's what you need. Big time receiver.
Oh, don't even bring up Brandon Marshall.
Okay.
You don't like Marshall?
I'm sick of Marshall now because
you're sick of hearing this between him and Sheldon Richardson.
Also,
that's annoying.
Also, you got to realize that every team he's been to, and trust me, obviously, I love Brandon Marshall when he was on the Jets. Obviously, whatever, because of course I'm gonna like him when he's on the Jets.
You're a Jet homer.
Why not?
Every team he's been to, there's been a problem. You see it. I'm telling you right now.
Like on the field or behind the scenes.
If he doesn't win the championship with the Giants, when he retires, he's going to be like, oh, yeah, Odell was terrible. Such a bad guy in the locker room. But now he's praising him as the best player in the NFL. I'm telling you, he always does stuff like that.
Well,
he's a cancer in the locker room. Get him out of here.
I would like to see that.
I hope he writes a book. I really want to
be
read
the worst
Brandon
wide
Marshall's
receiver
book.
on the team.
Marshall?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes, Odell and Sterling Shepard are better than him.
Marshall's the big guy that Eli needs. What are you talking about?
Well, Beckham's better than Marshall, but I'll take Marshall over Shepard.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Brandon Marshall's worse than Sterling Shepard.
Sterling Shepard's only in his second year. How can you say that? I mean, he probably haven't even seen the full thing.
Played well his rookie year.
He did play well, but we probably haven't seen the full thing.
Probably. We definitely haven't.
I mean, and besides, there were times where Eli didn't even throw the ball to Shepard.
Dominic, there's a difference between being a Jet homer and just being nuts. Oh, my goodness gracious.
I don't really I think Sterling Shepard's going to finish with the better stats.
Wow. Oh, my goodness.
I think so. He's going to be playing slot.
I can respect...
I guess it's a bold prediction.
That is a bold prediction.
I can respect that more than you saying that Marshall's going to be the worst on the team. If you said that Marshall, stat-wise, is going to be just a little bit better, I can respect that more than saying that Marshall's going to be, terrible. Because he's not. Because you heard Eli Manning say he reminds him of Plaxico Burress. The Giants haven't had that tall guy in the end zone.
I remember when Plaxico Burress was a Jet. That was fun.
Oh, man, those are some years.
Wow, you just blew my mind right now, Dom. I can't believe that.
Let's get back to baseball before this room explodes. The Mets traded Jay Bruce to the Indians for Ryder Ryan, whoever the hell that is. This year for the Mets, Bruce hit .256 with 29 home runs and 75 RBIs. Guys, has there been an APB issued on Chris Antonetti for a Grand Theft player yet? I mean, he stole Bruce from the Mets.
For a bag of balls.
For a bag of balls.
No name.
I was going to say, I had never heard of the guy. No one had heard of the guy.
Yeah. At this point, it's just the fact of the Mets just wanting to part with Jay Bruce.
Also, salary dump.
But why wouldn't you do that before the deadline, though, when you could have gotten more? Sandy Alderson had, without a doubt, the worst trade deadline out of any team. Maybe the Astros, a close second. But you take a look at what Sandy Alderson needed to do. Not trading Jay Bruce, not trading Jerry Blevins. He traded Bruce for nothing, and then you trade for A.J. Ramos. Why are you trading for A.J. Ramos when your team's out of the playoff race?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, it was infuriating to see. Sandy Alderson's got to get his head screwed on straight. I mean, this is, I'll tell you, happy I'm a Yankee fan. I'm really happy I'm going to the game tonight. Oh, my goodness. So the Mets will have Dominic Smith available tonight as they finally called him up. Another reason Alderson, man, he needs to see a shrink or something because he has really had a horrible year. so far, in my opinion. According to MLB.com, he's baseball's 41st best prospect. Dominic, what can we expect from your namesake?
I mean, in AAA, he was hitting .330 with 16 home runs, with 76 RBIs, so hopefully that will definitely carry over to the big leagues. It's definitely good to see now you have Rosario and Smith going to be playing together again, so I think it's cool, definitely. Unfortunately, I won't be able to watch the game tonight since I'll be at work, so I'll definitely be I'll be very upset to miss that, but I mean, I'm definitely looking forward. Should be our first baseman for the future, as we all hope, as Met fans hope. So
well, I said that about Ike Davis.
Oh yeah, I know. And even Duda.
We like Ike.
Everyone,
you know what?
Everyone was hyped about Duda too.
I bought the Ike Davis hype. I did. I was a big fan of his. I thought he was going to work out.
Yeah, but hopefully we'll have Rosario and Smith in the infield for a while.
Now Ike Davis is trying to make it as a pitcher.
You remember when Ike Davis was a Yankee?
Yep.
Yeah.
They were
like
so
him then?
desperate for a first baseman.
They
brought out Ike Davis. I was surprised they didn't go even further back from at first baseman. Bring Keith Hernandez in.
I would love it if Keith Hernandez played for the Yankees. Imagine.
Instead of being traded for Neil Allen, he'd have been traded for whoever a prospect for the Yankees was in the A's. For Jay Buhner. How about that? Oh, my goodness. Or Fred McGriff. Oh, my goodness gracious. You're listening to Beyond the Game on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I am Jake Volk. Sitting across from me, Brandon Johnson, Dominic Arbolino, and Eric Fischetti. Number to call if you want to talk sports or to win a pair of tickets to see the Long Island Ducks take on the Sugarland Skeeters on Tuesday, August 22nd at 6:35 p.m. at Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip is 516-572-7440. And let's go over to basketball. The Knicks signed Michael Beasley to a one-year deal. You're not a fan?
No, I mean, this guy, everyone had high hopes for him. I mean, he was picked after Derrick Rose or before Derrick Rose?
He was the number 2 pick.
All right, so that didn't work out.
ahead of Russell Westbrook and Kevin Love.
That's what you don't understand sometimes in life. See how it comes back to you later on in life? I mean, this guy here, nothing against him. He's a player that comes to work high. I mean, that's not a good look. Yeah, come on, that's not a good look for an NBA player. It's a safety deal, like me and Eric were just mentioning. I don't know what he's going to give you.
Honestly.
Yeah, I don't know what he's going to give you off the bench.
And besides, when all your money goes to a guy like Ron Baker, you don't have a lot of leeway.
I was going to say, the Knicks are kind of desperate at this point. They're going to end up relying on Michael Beasley to take over Carmelo Anthony's role when he's traded to the Rockets.
He's literally just backup. That's it. I mean, it's not even a lot of money.
Watch Beasley end up starting if Melo gets traded.
Look, because... Well, in that case, then that's an okay thing, because then when the Knicks trade Carmelo, they can start the rebuilding process even smooth. Well, not really like rebuild, more like reload.
Around him, no.
No, like build it around Porzingis and Hernan Gomez and Ntilikina. Are you kidding? Build it around Beasley?
Build it around Beasley? Like, really?
Maybe 10 years ago,
that's
build it around Beasley.
We have to look forward to?
The only Beasley I know that's actually pretty good is on the Dallas Cowboys. That's it.
That's true.
Oh, Beasley.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Let me ask you a question while we're on the subject of the Knicks, because the rumors are heating back up. Knicks and Rockets have re-engaged in trade discussions. Good. They're looking for a third team. Do you guys think this trade's going to happen?
I wish it would. We're hoping for the best. I think a team that you could add in the mix is probably the Pelicans. That's a destination that that.
Well, Melo said he wasn't going to waive his no-trade clause for New Orleans.
No, I think you're right about that, but I feel like they can give up an asset for him, something like that.
Here's my crazy scenario.
Okay.
The reason this trade isn't happening is because Knicks don't want to take Ryan Anderson's contract.
Yeah, they definitely don't.
And it's a horrible contract.
That's true.
But you know who doesn't mind taking bad contracts?
Portland?
No.
Sacramento?
No. The Brooklyn Nets.
I was just going to say the Brooklyn.
Could you see Ryan Anderson on the Brooklyn Nets for a Carmelo Anthony trade? Obviously not Melo going to the Nets, but the Nets acting as a third team for a Melo trade.
I can't, because Portland has been the third team since the beginning of these talks. I can't really see the Nets being a part of it.
You think Portland would take on Ryan Anderson's contract?
They just shedded Alan Krabs.
Yeah, but they've still got over $120 million. They still have over $120 million committed. And there are rumors still that they're trying to unload Harkless and Turner. I don't see it. I think the Nets could happen as a third team. I really do. Ryan Anderson's not horrible.
No, we're
His
not saying
contract's
that
just
at all.
outrageous.
It's a horrible contract.
Absolutely.
But if you're asking, like, if Melo is going to be a Knick this coming season, even for a little bit, like before the trade deadline, gun to my head, I'm going to say yes.
Okay. All right, I could see it.
I can't see this getting done before training camp.
Yeah, same thing for Kyrie Irving. I think he's still going to be a Cavalier.
I was surprised that Melo for Kyrie Irving trade never really hit the rumor mill
because
that much.
Because Cleveland wanted Porzingis.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They wanted more than just one player, which I didn't understand.
You got to lower your expectations here. Just
guys.
make this happen because this is such a distraction.
It is.
I'm honestly tired of hearing about it. Either trade him or don't. Trade him or definitively say he's part of your team for the future.
But the thing that bothers me with Carmelo is he's got an opt-out at the end of the year. He can accept a trade to anywhere, pretty much, if he expands his value or expands his wish list and say, okay, didn't work out. Do I want to go to Houston? Sign with Houston. Do I want to go to Cleveland? Play with LeBron? Potentially. Sign with Cleveland. Or if LeBron goes to L.A. and plays with Lonzo, Carmelo could probably go to L.A. Personally, I think he should just expand his wish list, and if it doesn't work out with that team, he can go anywhere.
So we got about a minute left. It's time for the bottom of the ninth. Brandon, we'll start with you.
Just excited to see the Giants play tonight, man. That's all it's about.
You like preseason football?
Not really, but
Just football.
when it comes to my Giants, man, I got to see what production is looking like on both ends of the ball.
Okay. Dominic?
Yeah, no, definitely excited for football being back. Preseason, as always. I know people aren't really too involved with preseason, but personally, I think it's where you can find your late round fantasy picks. That's usually what I do.
I just joined.
It's always good to be observant of that. But Jets play tomorrow. Good to see Eric Decker return, so I'm actually looking forward to see Decker with Mariota.
I hope he shreds your defense.
That's
Eric? Very possible.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to stick with the trend, stick with football. The Giants are obviously playing tonight. I'm watching the best I can. But I will say that the Giants will overtake the Cowboys this year, win the NFC East.
You know what? Not crazy.
It's not crazy. We just have to be realistic right now.
Yeah, and I am realistic. The Giants are going to win the NFC East.
That's not a crazy prediction. I'm not going to shred you for that. So I'm going to be at Yankee Stadium 4 out of 5 nights going Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday. I can't wait. The stretch of games, man. So important for the Yankees. All right. Looks like we are bad out of time here on Beyond the Game. For Brandon Johnson, Dominic Arbolino, and Eric Fischetti, I am Jacob Volk saying that if I ever decide to write a book, I've got the title. The bases were loaded, and so was I.